Hey, Scribe Squad, I need your help. This is serious. So, yesterday, like literally, I was dealing with this all day yesterday. Sorry in advance, this is probably going to be a little long. My accounts, my bank accounts got hacked. Now, before we go ahead and start this story, know that my accounts now are sealed, or not sealed, or secured. That's a better word. Secured. I already dealt with the bank, changed all my passwords, everything going on. So part of why I'm saying this story is, yes, I want to catch these people, but two, I want to tell you guys what I experienced so you don't have to experience it as well. Okay, so I want to say about 11 a.m. I got a notification, right? And I bank particularly through Wells Fargo. And it said, they alerted me that there was some, it looked like, suspicious activity or whatever in my account. So I'm looking at the email. I'm like, oh, snap, that's my credit card. And I'm like, okay, well, first thing I'm going to do is let me just go check, right, logically to make sure I have the card. So I go to my wallet and I have the card. So I'm like, okay, this is strange now because I know for a fact that I haven't been these places, and I'll get specific on you. And it's clearly a hack or somebody's trying to take advantage of my identity because of the amount purchased, right? And so, mind you, I got to give you the timing of these things so it'll make sense with the story. This is, let's say, around 11 o'clock. I'm thinking that it's happening in real time. Because if you've ever gone to a store or something, and let's say you're out of state, traveling or whatever, and you swipe your card, they block your card or let's say pause your card. Immediately you get an alert, and then you have to call the bank. So I'm thinking this is in real time. So I get the alert, right? And the alert says that it's somebody at I'm gonna give you the exact information, right? Let's get you the exact information because this is crazy. I'm gonna be honest, this is just wild. It's absolutely wild. And I was going through it yesterday, and it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. And I'm just happy that it looks like I'm going on the other side. All right, so they said that these two individuals, right, and I'm going to show you a picture of these two individuals, try to charge at a CVS pharmacy. And mind you, this pharmacy is in my particular, well, near my particular area, right? This is why it was so alarming. And these people were doing these actions in Corona. So Corona, California. I know how people all over the world, right? So you never know. You guys might know these individuals, but let me tell you the story. So it said they tried to purchase a $298.85 at a CVS, which is like, first of all, how are you doing that at a CVS? Now, mind you, some people's pills and stuff, the pharmacy is like that much or whatever, but on an average CVS purchase, most people are just going in getting something. $300 at a CVS is ridiculous. So I see why Wells Fargo flagged it, because they know I'm not doing that. The next time they tried to use it was $66.95, right? And that actually got approved. Now this story gets crazy. Then after that, they went to a Superior supermarket. This is again out here in Corona. And they tried for $50.94, right? So because I see that it's in Corona, I'm like, hold up, this is in my city. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say where it's at, but it's in my city. I'm thinking it's in real time. So I'm like, we gonna go pull up. You know what I'm saying? You try to use my information, I'm gonna go pull up, right? I'm gonna go pull up. So I'm on the phone. I'm like, nah, I gotta get off the phone. Let me handle this, right? My first instinct is like, yo, we gonna go pull up. I'm gonna see if I can catch the person. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you pulling this off. You don't have my cards with how did you pull this off? I'm gonna catch you. So I roll over there to the CVS, right? Roll over there to the CVS, and I'm like, hey, somebody tried to use my card, because on my on my email alerts, it tell me what card they tried to use, right? Somebody tried to use my card. Here's my ID. It was not me. I wanted to see if you guys could check the security footage, right? And so it takes probably like 30 minutes. I'm shortening this story. Long story short, we are able to pinpoint the purchase, right? And so here's what happens. They actually do not have so they don't have my cards, right? But somehow somehow they've been able to gain access to my personal bank account, like my online bank account, right? And they tried to switch the username, the password, tried to log me out. Now, mind you, it clearly didn't work because, you know, I can always get back in my account because obviously I have my ID, my social security number, all that links back to me, right? But somehow they were able to log into my online bank account, right? And connect to what's called a Google Pay account. Or if you have Apple, you know Apple Pay, right? So Google Pay off top, I know for a fact that's not me, right? That's not me because I have an iPhone. So like, duh, right? So, and they linked my bank account. And so because they linked my bank account and not just a card, they had access to all of my cards on that bank account, which thank goodness I have multiple bank accounts and I'll keep anything, like everything everywhere or whatever, right? So, and thank goodness I didn't have a bunch of activity going on where I was buying stuff and I was able to catch it. And so we go there, right? CVS. And so the people who work there, thank you, CVS, for helping out with this investigation because I put my investigation hat on. They told me that they tried to buy gift cards, right? And so I'm gonna show you guys a picture in a second. They tried to buy gift cards, and that was their original thing was they were using the Google Pay to buy gift cards. Obviously, like I said, the first one got denied. What ended up going through, and this is at 8:36 a.m., and so I was actually behind. I didn't find that out until I got to the CVS. Because remember, I didn't get the alert until like 11 o'clock. They were doing this at 8:36 a.m., right? And what went through was the $60 purchase, but it ended up being $66.95. They got a gift card. And then, so right down the street, there was a Superior grocery store market, right? So I'm thinking in my head, all right, so they just bouncing around. I might be able to catch them. Like, you know what I'm saying? I might be there. Let's go to the next pace. But I realized that I'm behind. But I'm like, you know what? Let me go through my bank account. Let me see if any other charges are going to come up. Let me see if I discover anything. Maybe I missed some alerts. Found out that I actually missed alert. So like 3 days prior, I got an alert from my bank account that somebody tried to change my number. And this is where these people are stupid, because I'm going to give you the actual numbers. And what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to call these numbers or see if you have anybody who has these numbers. Now, mind you, it might be a burner phone, right? And so we have 2 phone numbers here. Mind you, like I said, already have the police involved, had to do a whole police report and all that, right? But here's the numbers that they changed the account to. And so my logical thing was like, okay, let me just have somebody call from another number, right? And see if the person picks up. The person picks up and says his name is Shane. Now, I don't know if that's a real name. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if that's a real name. But they picked up and said the name was Shane. So here's the numbers. I'm going to put the numbers in the description below. But 657-732-9498. So if you know anybody, now mind you, we're going to spread the word when it comes to this. Because like I said, if they're doing this to me, they're trying to get a bunch of people, right? I really think they're out here just really trying to scam people. And we're going to stop this. 909-359 1560. That's 909-359-1560, right? And so I get that, I check that, and I see, okay, that's not my number. So somehow they changed my number, and once they changed my number, they were able to change my username, right? Couldn't even figure out my username, had to recover all that while I'm dealing with Wells Fargo. This is all going on in real time. It's crazy, right? By this time, it's like 12 o'clock. I ain't ate yet. I'm hungry. I'm getting irritated. Head over to the Superior Market, right? And I'm like, okay, oh, mind you, sorry. I know this story is all over the place. Bear with me. So because we went to CVS, we were able to get pictures of the individuals. But these people, this is how you know these people are criminals, because they have their head down the whole time. The security people looked at the footage, right? And they said from the time they walked in, head down, they were aware of the cameras. This is how I think that they were, professional at this. I want you guys to look at this photo right here. It's a male, right? It's a male and a female. Take a real good look at that photo. Look at it real good. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, we can't really see anything about their face. Even the checkout person said that they kept their head down the entire time, and she thought it was a little abnormal, but didn't pay really too much attention to it. Male and a female. The checkout person said that potentially the male could be a white male, and couldn't tell the nationality of the female. And so that's what we have as description, right? So I got this photo at CVS. I'm like, all right, we're gonna go to Superior. Maybe they caught something different at the Superior market, right? Go to Superior, try to do the same thing, but this time it takes longer because I guess they had to switch it up. They only got $60 worth of a gift card, right? So you can't buy too much. But you can't outsmart me. We spent there for 30 minutes dealing with those people. I was like, okay, well, because I went through all the transactions that got denied, right? I was like, well, see if anybody tried to charge for this amount. See if anybody tries to charge for this amount. And so here's the thing. This is a gem right here. So the way Google Pay is set up, or even Apple Pay is set up, what they do is they assign your Google Pay account a certain number, right? So imagine like every card, right, has the last four, has the digits, right, on the card. Well, your Google Pay account is going to get its own unique card. More information for you guys to know, just in case they try to scam you guys. Their last four on their Google Pay is 1912, right? And so that particular number has nothing to do with any of my cards. So they were trying to pull it up based off of my cards and they couldn't find it, right? So if this happens to you, you know what to do. But here's how we were able to pull it up. It's based off of what got denied, right? And so it's the amount that got denied. So you look at your bank and see what actually got denied. And so they were trying to buy a Nordstrom's gift card, and then the guy had the nerve to buy some Mentos, or the gal. I'm not sure which one of them did that. The amount of disrespect though, right? The amount of disrespect. And so I'm like, in my head, here's what they're doing. They're trying to get into, I'm playing investigator here, right? Well, my parents were in law enforcement, so I guess it's in my blood. They're trying to get into people's accounts, right? Then what they're trying to do is buy gift cards, because when they buy gift cards, right, the little Visa gift card, is really hard to trace those, right? Unless you could see the person who bought it, or they associate it with a phone number, and that phone number has an address. But here's the catch, right? And so luckily on my alerts, right? So mind you, because I had went through after that point, I called the police. I was like, you know, this is the best I'm gonna get out of the information. Time to make a police report. Dealing with the police and police report. I had called Wells Fargo, make sure I had all my stuff canceled, and redid my passwords, got in all my accounts again, and now I have two-factor authorization. So make sure you put that. I know you probably low-key lax on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the big deal? Put that, because what that means is even if the person gets your login and password, they're gonna send you a text message, and you still have to verify via a unique code in order for them to get in. So it's just dang near impossible for that to happen at that point. But anyway, so make sure you do that. Called on them, canceled everything, right? Boom. And there was nothing left for me to do but send all of this information, which I did, to the Corona PD. So shout out to them, because they're working on the job. But I feel like Scribe Squad, we can crack this ourselves, because the power of social media is real. And I really want to catch these people. Like, high key, I really want to catch them. And so I was like, okay, let me go back to everything. All of my alerts. Of what I could try to figure out, right? And so they ended up, I think because once I canceled my stuff, they can no longer use the account or whatever. So they ended up deactivating the account. And so here's what they jacked up, right? When they deactivated their Google Pay account and disassociated with my account, it sent me an alert. And when it sent me an alert, it sent me the type of device that was being used. And this type of device is very specific, right? Very, very specific. This type of device is called I'll tell you right now. Boom, boom, boom. I know, probably should jump cut this, but I feel like this is entertaining in itself. All right, it's a OnePlus BE 2025. Now that's a specific type of phone, because obviously it's not a Samsung Galaxy iPhone or something that's modern. So I was like, okay, let me Google that, right? Let me Google that and see what I can find out. I find out that this is actually like, quote unquote, a burner phone or a prepaid phone, right? But it's specifically only sold at T-Mobile, or you can go to Best Buy, right? So I was trying to look like everything in that particular area, right? And I was like, guess what's over there at T-Mobile? So I'm still on the prowl. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go to T-Mobile to see if they had anybody buy that specific phone and see if they have any video footage of those two individuals. I'm not giving up on finding them because I feel like justice needs to be served. You don't get a chance. You should not be allowed to sit up and scam people and run through people's bank accounts and pillage and burn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah. There's so many people out here who really want a real job. There's so many people out here who are really working hard every single day. I don't want this to happen to anybody else. It could have been 10 times worse. I'm just blessed that I've been working with the bank to refund me for those purchases because it was fraud purchases. But still, I don't want it to happen to you guys. And yeah, you know, let me know. Let me know. Please let me know. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna put those numbers below. By now, they might have changed their numbers, got rid of the phones. But I don't know. Maybe you guys know a cousin and uncle, and the cousin and the uncle knows a cousin and uncle. And maybe we can get down to the bottom of it. Make sure you guys look at that picture really firmly. And like I said, do two-factor authorization on your passwords, especially for your bank accounts. Do that, because I still have zero idea how they got my information, because I'm the only one who knows that login. I'm the only one who knows that login for that bank. So it wasn't like I left it around somewhere or something like that. And it would have been different had they just had access to one card, because you know you have those gas station swiper things or whatever. But they didn't. They got access to my actual online banking somehow. And so I'm asking you guys to help me investigate. I appreciate you watching this long video. But yeah, that's what I've been going through this week. My bank account got hacked. I'll see you guys next time.